Hello, my dear apprentices of mathematics. Your coach, Mr. Magno, is here with you today. Let's look at Module 6, Lesson 20, second part. Let's see. Use the story context below to sketch a line graph. Then answer the questions that follow. The number of fifth grade students attending Magnolia School has changed over time. The school opened in 2006 with 156 students. Okay, so 2006 is right here. And I can see that there are units between 150 and 200. And what you should always do is label the what is the scale going by. And since I looked at this before this activity, I know it's going up by 5. So make sure you finish the scale. I am gonna leave it unfinished because of time. I don't want this video to be too long. So in 2006, the population, as the story goes, it should be 156. So if this is 155, then this should be 156 in there somewhere. Our next piece of information says the student population grew the same amount each year before reaching its largest class of 210 students in the year 2008. This is the two pieces of information that we have now. We're going to look for the year 2008, which is right here, and we're going to go all the way up to 2010. So this is 210. So this is 200, 205, 210. And I will, let me see, where's 205, 2,210. This will be 210. Remember, it's increasingly moving up by 5. Now, our next piece of information is the following year, Magnolia lost 1/7 of its fifth graders. So it lost 1/7 of those. So what's going to be, remember this also, this is review. We're going to do 1/7 of 210. And remember that turns into a multiplication. And we give this a number, and this becomes 210 divided by 7, and the answer is 30. 210 divided by 7 equals 30. So it lost 30 students. So we have to decrease this number for 2009. It's going to go down by 30 students. So we're going to count by 5. So it's going to be, I need something pointy. Well, let's see right here. It's going to be, this 2009 is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's exactly where we're going to mark 2009. Okay, 2009 hits right here. Our next piece of information says, okay, we already have 2009 where they was 1/7 of them, which is this math that we did on the side. They lost that many students, that which is 30 of them. In 2010, the enrollment dropped to 154. So in 2010, it dropped to 154. So that's going to be 150, 155. So 154 should be before that point. So now we're finished with that year, 2010, and remain constant in 2011. So if it remained constant, that means it didn't change. So in 2011, the number of students stayed the same. Now what happens after that? For the next 2 years, the enrollment grew by 7 students each year. Okay, so now let's do the math. So if we have 154 students right here, and for the next year it grew by 7, so that's going to be, oh wait, that's not a 4, that should be 4. That will be 11, you carry 1 over, that's 161. That will be 161. So we're going to find for 2012, 151 and the 161. So this is 60. So it's going to be a little bit higher than this 160 because this is 161. Okay. Now for the next point, we have to add 7 to 161 because remember that it said that it grew by 7 students every year. So that's going to be 168. So for 13, we're going to look for 165. And 68 should be somewhere right above 65. So 68 is going to be somewhere in here. Now we're going to plot we're going to show you the trend. The trend, how the number of students increased from 2006 to 2008, and from 2008 decreased by 30 students from 2008 to 2009, and then it continued to drop until the number of students went down to 154. So that's 154. And then the number of students stayed steady until 2011. This is why you see a line across. And then after that, every year is going to grow by 7 students every year. So this is 7 from 11 to 12. And from 12 to 13 is going to grow 7 more. Okay, now let's answer the questions. How many more fifth grade students attended Magnolia in 2009 than 2013? Okay, let's identify which one are we looking at. Let me see if I can bring this down a little more. So how many more fifth grade students attended Magnolia in 2009 than 2013? So let's identify the years. 2009 is right here, and 2013 is right here. And 2009 is it's 180 minus this. We already find out how much that one was 168. We're gonna subtract those two numbers, and wait, the difference is, sorry, the difference is 12 on this. 180 minus 168. So there are 12 more students in the year is 2009. Okay? All right, the next question. Between which two consecutive years was there the greatest change in its student population? That means when it decreased. All right, so let's look at this. So the greatest change in the student population was from this year, from 2008 to 2009. How many students were they dropped by 30. So let's write that down. The greatest change occurred between 2008 and 2009, when the number of students dropped by 30. Okay. All right, so we answered the question. Let's go to the last question. Let me see. Can you see it now? Yes, there it is. If the fifth grade population continues to grow in the same pattern as in 2012 and 2013, in what year will the number of students match 2008 enrollments? Okay, so let's find out. First of all, what is 2008 enrollments? Well, 2008 enrollments is 210. So we're going to write the number 210 on right there where we are. Now, let's also identify from this year, 2011, 2012, it grew 7 students. Okay. And from 2012 to 2013, another 7 students. The school population grew by 7 more students. So the question is, following the pattern, when will the population reach 210? How many years will it take? That's a question. Well, to do that, we can use the highest number of students, and then we're gonna subtract it by the number that is the last year that was recorded, 168, which is this number right here. Remember, this number goes from this one here. So now we're gonna be 210 minus 168, and the total for that will be 42. Okay. So now this is 42 students that need to come to the school to get to 210. But those students have to come following the pattern of 7 every year. So how do we do that? Well, we have to divide the number of students by how many students come every year to get to 210. So the answer will be 6 years. It's going to take 6 years. All right? All right, so let's write the answer. If the student population continues to grow by 7 students each year, by 7 students each year, it will reach 210 by, well, if we are on 2013, by 2019, because we're going to add these 6 years to 2013, which is right here. If we do that, the year is going to be 2019. And that's the answer to this question. My friends, follow along. This is real stuff scenarios. Math is very good for you to focus on what matters in the world so you can make your own conclusions and make smart decisions. Your coach wishes you to learn these concepts and do well in mathematics. Signing out from Studio 520, your coach. Thank you for visiting.